Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome to another edition of The Daily here with Andrew Wiebe. I'm Nick Fershaw. The biggest headline today, certainly Toronto FC. They have announced a brand new general manager and it could come as a surprise to a number of people. It's 31-year-old Tim Bezbatchenko, who most recently served as a senior director of player relations and competition for Major League Soccer. This is a guy that Tim Leiweke might like, Andrew, because, simply put, he is a capologist. What do you think of the move?
Yeah, look, Leiweke said that that's what they're looking for, and it makes sense up in Toronto. You've got Ryan Nelson on the player side. There was that disagreement between he and Kevin Payne about the direction with the players. In this situation, you have to think Bezbatchenko is going to be a guy that makes the cap side work. He's the guy who is in charge of all the contracts here in MLS. He has to have a very, very good idea of what that cap situation in Toronto looks like. Apparently, he put together a presentation for Toronto, one of the best things they've ever seen, according to sources told the Star. But look, this is a chance. They're taking a pretty big chance. Now they have a head coach and a GM with less than a year, total experience combined in their roles. It could work out. It could go the Billy Bean Moneyball route. It could also not work out very well, considering he doesn't truly have experience as a GM.
31 years old. He's younger than the head coach at Toronto FC and younger than a number of the players up there. Toronto FC is back in action this weekend up against Sporting Kansas City, a tough game for them. Let us know what you think about TFC's big front office move in the comment section below. Well, to the action on the field, and there's a good one on Friday night. The Portland Timbers at home against the Colorado Rapids. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern on the NBC Sports Network. A big matchup between Western Conference foes and a chance to get a look at the winner of MLSsoccer.com's 24 under 24 for this year, Darlington Nagbe from the Portland Timbers.
Yeah, we've been counting it down for a week. Nagbe, the 23-year-old, is the man just barely beating out Luis Gil in the voting, but it makes sense. Look, this guy is electric. He's got speed. He's got craftiness around the box. He can finish, and he's intelligent. And with that complete package, most of the coaches, most of the technical directors we talked to anonymously said, look, this guy's got a chance to go very, very far. He's taken steps early in his career. Some wondered if he had the killer instinct necessary to become an elite player. He's shown more of that this year. With Caleb Porter at the helm, you have to think that he's just going to continue to develop.
We'll find out the rest of the top five. You can log on at MLSsoccer.com/24 under 24. It's been a fun week counting down the best young talent in the league. Well, some rumors on the coaching front involving Real Salt Lake head coach Jason Kreis. SI.com reporting on Thursday that New York City FC, the expansion franchise set to come into Major League Soccer in 2015, they're after Jason Kreis, one of the best young coaches in this league. What makes you think that Jason Kreis would leave RSL at this point?
Well, there's a couple possibilities here. Look, he's out of contract at the end of the year, so RSL are going to have to lock him up either way if they want to keep him. You also have to consider that Dave Checketts, the guy that hired him for this job, is no longer the owner out there in Salt Lake. So perhaps it's not as smooth. Who knows? That's all speculation. But either way, you have to think that New York City FC job is tantalizing for just about any coach in this league. You're going to have resources. You're going to be on the biggest stage here in the Big Apple. There's huge opportunities there. It's been 7 years in Salt Lake. Maybe Kreis, perhaps, thinks it's time to move on.
Remains to be seen if he'll get a new contract with brand new owner Del Loy Hansen. RSL up against the San Jose Earthquakes on Saturday night. You can log on MLSsoccer.com/schedule to catch a list of all the games, including that big game between the LA Galaxy and the Seattle Sounders on Saturday night. We talked to LA Galaxy associate head coach Dave Sarakin on the latest edition of Extra Time Radio. The podcast came out on Thursday on iTunes, Buzzsprout, and Stitcher Radio. And Dave telling us that, yeah, this might be the biggest game in MLS right now. You can find that MLSsoccer.com/extra time. Does it for us. Back with another edition of The Daily on Monday.